rising, and welcome to Monday Morning Mindfulness. I'm your host, Zelda Speaks, and we've got a show for you today because things are going on to make your life miserable. So, we are being joined today by Siri Hibbler, the president of the Illinois Chamber of Commerce, and we're going to share tips with you what you can do to stop this chaos, or at least curtail it. So, stick around and you'll be glad you did. And share this video. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for caring. And subscribe.
And you're watching CTV on the Higher Learning Network. Yeah, right.
Women have the power to transform this world. We can end crime and violence if we all agree to do one thing: share. Let's share our wisdom, share our time, share our talents, share our finances, but most of all, let's share our love. This is the Female Solution.
Grand Rising. And thank you for joining us here this morning on the Female Solution on the Higher Learning Network TV show, which airs Tuesdays at 6, Wednesdays at 1, and 24/7 on the World Wide Web. Welcome to the first day that you're going to hear this information, because this is the kind of information that does not make it to the media. So, we have a very special guest for you today, and she will be joining us after the first commercial break. And I want to remind you that this is all about the business. America is a business, it's a corporation, and you are part of that corporation, whether you know it or not. That's another show. We'll talk about that. But in the meantime, in between time, if you are a business owner or entrepreneur and you have products or services to sell and you are not with iTex, you are missing out, because you can get $100 immediately to go shopping. Yeah, that's what I said. Go shopping. $100. All you got to do is announce the promo code, which is Zelda, Zelda. And when you do sign on at Chicago.itex.com, that's when you'll get that $100 bonus. If you remember to say the key word, which is the bonus word, which is Zelda. Always giving thanks to the ancestors: Richard Peggy, Herb Kent the Cool Gent, Yvonne Daniels, all of those who came before us to make our way possible. Ain't God good? Hallelujah. Let church say amen. All right now, and we're going to have a sip of tea after that, okay? What I'm drinking this morning, Rooibos African bush tea. Oh, so good. Mm, 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 mm. Loud, have mercy. Thank y'all so very, very much for being here with us this morning. How was your weekend? What'd you do? Did you go to the Bud Billiken Parade? Because if you did, the street was hot, it was blocked off, and it was happening, baby. The Bud Billiken Parade was a parade that I missed because of another event that was going on at the same time, and that will be, if you would take a look at Monday Morning Mindfulness, our Facebook page, Higher Learning TV show. And if you scroll down, you will see Asada. Yes, you will. My girl got the hook up over there. Look at all the wonderful things that you missed if you were not there. So I just want to share a few of these photos. It was so much fun. And Lord, thank you, Naima Latif, Dr. Naima Latif, for your walking 2 miles in that hot AZZ sun to make this possible, to do the live broadcast. And you can see the live broadcast on our YouTube channel, Higher Learning TV show. Now, this is Asada, in her new book, which says, I had to choose to feel better. Because if you know a little bit about the history of Asada, you've been checking out her show on Gathering of the Griots every Tuesday morning at 7 o'clock. You know a little something, something. If you're not, then you need to get this book. You need to follow Asada because she's a bad mama. Shut your mouth. Okay, yeah, I said it. All right, what about it? Anyway, moving on. These are more pictures and more pictures and more pictures, but we want you to, oh, that's the guy from Japan. That's the brother from Japan. I can't remember his name, but he's part of the interview, and I'll be posting that on our blog as well. And yes, the Chicago Soulful Chicago Book Fair uh, was the talk of the town. So you be sure and go back and see it because it's all there, right there on our page on Monday Morning Mindfulness on Higher Learning TV show, and you just scroll down. But you can also go to Asada's page. That's where all the footage is. So if you can see that, yeah, you will see a whole lot more because she got it all. And if you think I'm kidding, don't think I'm kidding. Just go there and see. There's a little queen. There she is. Hi. That look like Paula Robinson. That is Paula. That's my sister from another Mister. I want to.
Literally everything. It creates worlds. Whatever you focus on, whatever you suspend your disbelief about, you give it power and you breathe it into reality.
How about that?
Oh, oh, my
Now you can go to Asada's page on Facebook and see that because it is worth seeing. Because if you missed it, all I can say is I'm sorry. You missed the good one. But you're gonna do it online because there was so much happening at the book fair. It was more than a book fair. I tell you, it was a party. It's the only party I know that's disguised. It's a book fair. Who knew? Who knew? Well, now you know. Okay, so you can go back and see. Check it out. Thank you, Asada, for being the guiding light and for offering us something that no one else did. How's that possible? She had to come from New York. I'm just saying. Okay, I digress. I do that sometimes, but you know, what can I say? Um, Let us be reminded that it is time that you realize that we've been hijacked, y'all. We've been bamboozled, all that good stuff. And she's going to help us with that. And the way to do that is to grab pen and paper. Yeah, I'm old school. I said it. Grab you some pen and paper because there's just some information that you need to know that's going to help you and your whole community. Excuse me. As I give you the word, excuse me, of the day, taken from Mike House. Well, actually, that lady just gave us the word of the day. Uh, the power that you put out in the universe through the power of speaking, of your tongue. And sometimes we unwillingly say things that we're really not sure about. We do it a lot because the English language is so confusing. But my point is, we must be diligent in the words that we speak because words have wings. You just heard the sister say it at the Soulful Chicago Book Fair. They take on a form, they take on a shape, and that shape shapes your life. Shape shift. You heard of shape shifted? Mm-hmm. Well, that's pretty much what happens. So, in order to do that, we need to calm things down. We need to connect. And the way I connect is staying connected. You ain't got to get ready because you're already ready. And I'm ready to share with you what I do this morning. And that's a little dirt. You know, I got my dirt here. Crumble it up, connect with it. Because see, if you haven't had your feet in some dirt lately, you're missing out. But I don't want to inhale that. So I'm just going to go over here. And then I'm going to take a little water so I can connect with the ancestors. Yes. Giving thanks, Aunt Edna, Mama, who gave me to Aunt Edna to raise me because she had to go on the other side. And she's speaking to me this morning. That's why I love doing this. And you think I'm crazy? I don't care. Just call me crazy. Just be sure you call me when the green's ready, okay? Anyway, I digress. I call upon those who came before me, who make my way possible. It is because of you that I am here. And I thank you for this assignment, for allowing me, to giving me the work to do. Ashe. And so it is. Woo-wee! Lord have mercy. I feel y'all all over me this morning, and it feels good. Because right about now, we going to do some breathing. Yes, 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 yes. And in between that breathing, we get a little sip of tea and get a little drop of essence of lavender. Can't sleep at night? Put some of this on your sheets. Where is it at? There it is. Oh, there it is. There it is. Lavender. Get you some lavender. One drop. Bam. Just one. Whoa, 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 whoa. Just one. Because it's powerful. I smell it. I haven't even rubbed my hands together yet. Oh, Lord have mercy. It is some kind of powerful. So I'm going to rub it together. Woo-wee! I'm ready to take a nap already, y'all. Lavender is powerful. I can feel it going down my throat. And if you haven't gotten your lavender or any of your essential oils, go to Susan Essential. Jody Susan, Suson Essentials. Susan Essential. Get you some oils. Make a difference in the quality of your life. I'm not playing with you. I wouldn't lie to you. Give you some oil. Oh Lord, I'm sweating like this because I'm drinking this tea, right? But it's so good. Okay. All right, y'all. We're gonna get to breathing this morning. From time to time, you're gonna hear a little bit of this. And it's okay. Because your mind will start the process of your to-do list over here, what you're gonna eat, where you're going, how you're gonna dress, and all that. And this is just a reminder. So we're just gonna breathe in and breathe out a couple of times, and through the nose, hold it and breathe out. That's all we're doing. And you feel it immediately. You feel the power of your breath in your body, because we breathe like this all day. Don't blame me. Just check your breathing out. If you're not breathing like this, need I say more? Okay. Alrighty. So close your eyes. Sit up straight. Feet flat on the floor. Nothing in your hands. Nothing in your heart, but that of love and life and laughter. Close your eyes. Why are you looking at me? You should be looking at the inside of your eyelids. Okay. Inhale deeply. Through the nose. Hold it for a few seconds and then blow it out. Feel all that tension release from your body. Yeah, if you did it, I know you feel it. Inhale deeply. Hold it. And exhale. Once more. Inhale deeply. Hold it. And exhale. And just sit with that breathing and see how it feels in your body as you inhale and exhale. Remember, you shouldn't be looking at me. You should be looking at the insides of your eyelids and breathing and having this experience. As we breathe in, hold it, and breathe out. Take one long, last deep inhale deeply. Bring those arms up in the air, wave them like you really do care. Bring them down and clap. And once you clap, start patting on your arm, both sides, back and front, elbow, all of that, back and front. Hi there. How are you this morning? And just doors of the jungle. Watch out for that tree. And just pat. Don't care about people, what they say about you. Child, do what you do. Do what you do for you, okay? And you pat. And stop looking at me and start doing this, okay? Thank you. I appreciate that. Join me in. Move that lymphatic system. See, because you've been sleeping all night. And ain't nothing moving. I mean, it's moving, but it's moving slow. So you want to just try to give it a little love. Your stomach, your back, your sides, your hips, your thighs, your knees, your ankles, your feet. Running places. Do anything, but whatever you do, do it. Inhale deeply. Hold it. And exhale. If you watched Viata's show last night on Soul Purpose Healing, you probably heard her say that she's on a Facebook group where women who have cancer are discussing their procedures, ailments, treatments, things of that nature. And it is growing tremendously because of environmental factors and also these factors, what we're thinking, what we're eating, how we're living. And the one thing that they all did not know about was this. How you gonna know something about a body you living in, been living in 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years? How you gonna not know? You can't depend on the mishap system. They're not there for you. Baby, that'll bleed you. So do what you need to do to take care of you. Okay? All right. Are we through? If you want to be through, we are, but we're not. So breathe in. And bring your head forward and exhale. Rotate that head around to the side slowly. You just be getting to the back and around to the right. And bring it back around to the front. Head up. Inhale deeply. And bring your head back down. And rotate that head to the left. Around to the right. Head up. Look to the left. Look to the right. Feel that stretch. Feel that stretch. Yeah. Inhale once more. And bring your head down. And bring your head back up. And blow it out. And rotate that head again to the right. And rotate that head again to the left. And blow it out. Inhale once more. And exhale. And that is your Monday morning mindfulness meditation. I do hope that you have enjoyed it. And I also hope that you remember to remind yourself that this is a daily practice that you can do all day, every day when folks are all up in your Kool-Aid and don't know the flavor. You just start breathing. And baby, they gonna look at you. What's wrong with her? Why's she breathing? She getting ready to faint? No. You just go. And when they come up in your face and you really don't want to have a conversation with them, you just stop breathing. They gonna look at you like you're crazy. You got a little funk on your breath. Blow it in their breath. I promise you, they gonna leave you alone. All right, and you can go to my YouTube page and see more Zelda Speaks and see what you like. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope you appreciate that because I certainly appreciate you being here. Oh, my good friend, Dr. Lawrence Lenore, Grand Rising. Thank you so much for joining us here this morning. And I'm so glad, excuse me. Ooh, the tea got me burping, got me belching. I don't know, just the what do you call it? Bio, yeah, all that gut stuff going on in there. And all that gut stuff is what we're all about. Finding the answers to that which ails us. Now, when we come back, Siri is going to join us. Okay, all right, let's take a look. We have our own Monday morning mindfulness meditation word of the day, and the word is let go. It's hard to let go of the memories, of the thoughts, of the distractions that keep us in a place we don't want to be longer than we want to be there. Talking about myself. I ain't talking about nobody else. Trials and tribulations will keep you in a place. That's why we got to reprogram this consciousness. That's what this is all about. Reprogramming consciousness. Because whatever it is that's irritating you 9 times out of 10, it came there to teach you a lesson that you don't want to learn. So what I do is just start breathing because I ain't in control of nothing, and all the thoughts that's going on in my head, I just breathe take long, deep breaths, and I replace thoughts, those thoughts that are not taking me in the direction that I want to go. So when that happens, this is what happens. Are you familiar with peppermint oil? Especially if you get a headache or indigestion or anything like that. Get you some peppermint essential oil. Now, it might cost you a little bit, but either you pay now or you pay later. So the choice is yours. Don't want to come out. Shut up, Tony. There you go. One drop. Come over here and let me splash you with some. You know, they put that holy water on you when you're in church. Take that little one drop. Bam! Rub it around in your hands. And do what? Woo! Don't inhale too deep because that peppermint is powerful. Oh, yes, Lord. Be careful, y'all, when you inhale. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I feel all of that. Oh, yes, Lord. Well, we just woke everything up. Oh, sinuses, all that just cleared up. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Let me take a sip of tea. I ain't had peppermint in a while, y'all.
And you're watching CTV on the Higher Learning Network. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Brandon. Hi, I'm Akil. And you're watching the Betty Shabazz podcast training on the Higher Learning Network. Yeah.
Canaglobe, that is an organization that we have joined in order to raise funding for our projects, the homeless project where we help feed the unhoused, also for our teen talent contest. And they say, Zelda, you selling cannabis? No, we're not selling cannabis. If that's what you want, that's what you do. But I'm a senior. I have aches and pains. I don't know about you. So I got me some watermelon gummies and I got some shrooms. I don't have them problems anymore, and it just makes my whole workload a whole lot easier. Because we sit in chairs all day, we're not moving, and it is that lack of movement that causes more anxiety and inflammation in our joints, and like our knees and hips and stuff like that. Anyway, I said all that to say this: if you would like to get more information on how to be take part of that, you can always text me at 312-383-9749. Lenore, for your generosity, for allowing us the opportunity to use the Canaglobe as a vehicle to help us continue our work, our ministry in helping our unhoused neighbors. And if you will go to our YouTube page, you will see that information in which our guest, Miss Siri Hibbler, is on. And if you go there, you scroll up, you'll see that we're live right there. But there's a lot of information. There's the footage from the food distribution we did this weekend. But I just wanted you to see that so you can go back there and see that at your own leisure. But right now, I want to bring on the woman with a vision for business owners and entrepreneurs who have products or services to sell, and they need help. I'll put it like that. If you need a little help, we got a little help for you. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you the only sister I know that is working behind the scenes hard as she possibly can, and that would be our very own Siri Hibbler. Grand Rising, my sister. Thank you so much for joining us here this morning. Oh, look, it's beautiful. Look at how gorgeous, like you just came back from the island. Girl, where you been?
Hey, only waking up this early for you, Zelda. That's it. So I am glad to be here. Yes.
Well,
glad to be here
somebody
with you guys.
Gotta get, if somebody got to get up early in the morning, might as well be us, right?
That's right. That's right.
The work has to be done, and if we don't do it, who's gonna do it? So we got to do what we
Who's
got to
gonna
do.
do it?
I
Right.
would like to
That's it.
share, if you don't mind, I would like to share the website for the Chamber of Commerce, because I think they need to know, our listening and viewing audience need to know what this is really all about. It's about our vision. It's about our dreams.
Yes.
And then I go say it on the side. I was like, yes, this is what people need to say. So when you said, what are your dreams? It makes us think of what are the things that we need to do. So tell us a little bit about the uh, Illinois Chamber of Commerce and the benefits of it. And as a matter of fact, oh, I love this wealth building center, and we're gonna talk about that later. But right now, and I see all this good information. I want you to tell our audience how this came to be, because it is an awesome organization that not everybody knows about. So thank you for showing up here today.
Well, thank you. Thank you. So, this Illinois Black Chamber of Commerce came about in 2020. So, after launching the Garfield Park Chamber, the Cook County Black Chamber, some of my colleagues came to me and said, well, we need a statewide representation on the level that you've already done for Garfield Park and for Cook County. Because Cook County gave out a lot of money during the COVID, the relief
Mm,
fund. Like, during the
mm,
COVID, we gave out $10,000 checks to people all over the country. Actually, we gave out 100,000 in groceries, fresh groceries, to senior citizens and families with children, single families with children. So we did a lot through Cook County Black Chamber, and then so we launched the Illinois Black Chamber right after that. Okay. And
mm.
so it looks like I'm getting a little delay. I want to make sure I'm not getting a delay on your end. Am I getting a delay on your end?
Nope, just keep
No, we're
talking.
good.
Yep, we're
Okay,
good.
great. So so when we launched Illinois Black Chamber so that we could represent Black businesses statewide. That means that we can advocate with policy. We can connect our business owners with to expand their businesses, not just locally, but on a
Hmm.
statewide level. Okay. So some businesses want to not just be in the Chicago area. They may want to be in DuPage County. They may want to be in another county. So we make those connections with individuals throughout the entire state to be able to help them to transition smoothly into those different counties. Okay.
Mm,
Into those different cities throughout Illinois. Okay. But we're also, our number one priority though is matchmaking and wealth building. That is our number one priority. We want to
oh,
make sure that our businesses get access to capital, whether they need not just about grants all the time, but if they need angel investors or venture capitalists. So we connect them and as much as we can to these people to help them to scale up their businesses. Our goal is for our chamber members to be multi-million dollar corporations. We're also connected with people on a national level, and we're connected globally. We're going to be hosting our first international summit in Ghana in February of 2026. So we're totally going on a not just local but a global scale as well for our business owners.
wow, I love that. To be global. Well,
Yeah,
actually, you're
yeah.
already global, but you're taking it to the next level, as you said, scale up.
Scale
Yeah.
up, scale up. That's right. People want to build generational wealth. Sometimes, that can't be done just right there in your backyard because, I mean, there's a lot of changes happening, right? In
Right.
our community. And so we don't want people to feel like, well, it's no need of me starting a business because we don't have enough foot traffic, right? We don't have enough people coming to our business. So one of the things that we launched also in 2021 was the equity and inclusion tours. So we started taking business owners, Black business owners, to other communities within the Chicagoland area. We took them to Lincoln Park. We partnered with the chambers in Lincoln Park and in the chambers in Lakeview and other places. We took them on tours so that they
Mm,
can see you can put a business up here. You don't have to try to stay just on the south side or just on the west side. You can take your business somewhere else and you can make money and then bring that money back into your community so that
mm,
you could be, you could be an asset to the community. Because I mean, for instance, on the west side of Chicago, so many people want to come, but we don't have spaces. There's no facilities for you to really put a business,
Yeah,
because everything's been torn down. So,
right.
yeah.
I I love the fact that this is black. You just sent me a text here, and I just saw it. What I did with it, I have no idea. Oh, there, here it is. The state of Black Illinois conference. The conference. There's a conference coming up too, and we don't want to skip over that. So, tell us a little bit about the conference. We touched on it a little bit, but I want you to really move forward.
Well, well, this month we are celebrating Black Business Month. This is our Black Business Month, so we're celebrating our Black businesses, showcasing them, and so on. So every year, this is our sixth year celebration. We are hosting our State of Black Illinois conference. So basically, what that's going to be held in Chicago at Ledger Library in Garfield Park, 115 South Pulaski. So we are encouraging people to attend that because we're going to have a host of panels. We're going to be talking about how to, what's happening with and when it comes to politics. How can our politicians be more involved with helping our Black businesses grow and building our communities up economically? And we're going to talk about even entertainment, music. How does that involve with helping us to scale up economically? We're musical people, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
a lot of entertainment has been removed from our communities. Our kids are not involved with instruments anymore. They're not involved with writing music. They're not involved with their really anything to do with their culture. So they've been so busy picky. People have been putting guns in their hands instead of putting a drumstick in their
Mm,
hand.
mm.
Okay, so we're going to talk a lot about how we can use music and the culture, the Black culture, to really help build our communities up economically. We've got some awesome panelists that are coming. We've got mayors coming from across the state that's going to be on a panel talking about building up economic development in their communities. And we're just going to do this as a community, right? We are
Mm,
going to come together as a community and get this done because we really don't have any power unless we've got economic power.
right.
If we
That,
if we don't have this is all about collective economics. What can we do collectively to change our communities? We can't sit back and wait for someone else to do it. We have to do it on our own.
that's not how it works. And
Yeah.
doing it, what we will continue to do right after this break. So text somebody, send them a link to this show, and let them know you think that what information was good. The goodies are getting gooder. How about that? Stay close. We'll be right back.
Is Monday morning a struggle to get out of bed into the swing of things? Well, don't worry, you are not alone. Join us for thought-provoking, stimulating, and mindful conversations on higher learning with Zelda Speaks for your Monday morning mindfulness sessions on Blog Talk Radio, The Female Solution, Mondays, 7 until 9 a.m. Be sure and send your ideas, thoughts, comments, and suggestions. Also, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, visit zeldaspeaks.com and send us your info. We'd love to have you. Experience mindfulness moments with the mindfulness/stress relief coach, Zelda Speaks. And thanks for sharing the mindfulness moment tip of the day. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned to your next session of Mindfulness on Higher Learning with Zelda Speaks. Make it a mindful day. And thanks for listening.
And thanks for joining us back here on the Female Solution and the Higher Learning Network TV show. Please check out our TikTok page, which is Higher Learning TV show. Everything is at Higher Learning TV show. And there is lots of information on there too. If you would like to see the work that we do in the community, especially as it relates to our children, we teach the podcast training, which we need to talk about in order to get that podcast training on the west side, because we got it on the south side at the Betty Shabazz International Charter School, but we need to get on the west side too. So be sure and check out our TikTok page, and you'll see lots of information, especially on our YouTube page too, Higher Learning TV show, where you'll see the kids in interaction, and they're actually doing their own podcast. Can you believe this? They even interviewed kids from China. These some bad mamma jammas at the Betty Shabazz International Charter School, let me tell you. But I know that I know the youth on the west side. I know we represent too. So I just had to put that out there. And if you would like to have with the center that's going up, I want you to talk about that center, because that's like major for the west side. Tell us about that, girl.
Yes, yes. So the Technology Center. So the it's called the Tech in the Park Innovation Studio. So it is going to be a tech and design center it's actually part of our whole Rebirth of Garfield Park development. So if you guys go and Google Rebirth of Garfield Park development, you'll see us in the Crane's paper and all of that, that we've been working on this project now for some time, so a few years. And finally, we are excited that the Technology Center is going to go forward, the Tech and Design Center. So we are hoping, our goal is to make, the West Side one of those tech hubs. Okay, so we are connecting with residents from Columbus Park, Douglas Park, Humboldt Park, Garfield Park. So this is like that whole tech hub. That's why we're calling it Tech in the Park, because you have all of these different parks that are surrounding. Yes, that's part of our development, the Rebirth of Garfield Park, to rebuild up Madison Street and those areas around Madison Street, how it was when I grew up there, on the west side of Garfield Park. It was phenomenal. We had multi-use buildings. Didn't we? We had so it was just always, it was a place to put a business. There was so many Black thriving businesses. So many people are saying, think that today, oh, we've lost such population, we can't get that back, Siri. You're kind of dreaming. All the Caucasians are going to come over here and they're going to take it all. They already got it. These are the kind of things that we hear. Even as early as yesterday, I had a business owner on the west side telling me he's just kind of given up because, he's like, they're going to take the whole west side, so we're not going to be over here. And I said, no, you can't think that way. There's still hope. It doesn't matter what has happened. Okay. God has the final say. So you have to keep the faith. You have to keep fighting. People that left Chicago because of the crime, because of the inopportunities for Black people, they will come back when they see that we are taking our communities back and we are building. So this is going to be one of those first things that we build for our community, from a Black person that grew up on the west side, that is putting something over there for our people. So we are doing this Tech and Design Center. We don't want our kids to be left behind in technology. We don't want our people to be left behind in technology. They're building this big quantum center on the near south side. We need to be part of this tech boom that is happening here. So no more leaving us behind. So that's why we're excited about it. If you want to be part of the task force for the Tech and the Park Design Center, then feel free to give us a call here at the Chamber. We'd love to have you on board.
I would love to be there, and I would love it even more when Dr. Adam joins us. As a matter of fact, Dr. Adlam, I'm mispronouncing his name. Please forgive me, Dr. Adlam. Welcome to the stage. Thank you so much for joining us here this morning.
Thank you so much.
Mindfulness. It is an honor and a privilege to know these two, because they got information that you at the right place. So if you would be so kind, Siri, Dr. Adams' background. So if you would be so kind.
Well, he can tell you a lot more than me, but he is a phenomenal man, working for a
Okay. We like
phenomenal
phenomenal men.
organization. And we found out about him through one of our wonderful chamber members. And when we saw the services that the organization that he works with provides, we immediately thought about our chamber members and said, "Hey, our people, we can. These are good services for our chamber members. This can not only help them in their businesses with their health care and things like that, but this can also help them to even have residual income."
Mm.
So we wanted to bring that on to our business owners and to our network of entrepreneurs. And so we're excited to have him on board here. I know it's very early and he's got 1,000 things to do. So we are honored to have him to come here for a few minutes to share with us a little bit about his organization and what they're helping the chamber to provide to our members.
All right. Well, be sure and take it away, Doctor.
Thank you so very much, ma'am. It's an honor. I'm sitting here listening to this energy. I'm like, you have unbelievable energy, Ms. Zelda. It's
Oh, wow.
10:40 a.m. or something like that. Your time. It's like noon or 1 o'clock or something. But a pleasure. Thank you for allowing me on, and thank you, Ms. Siri, for having me on
Mr.
as
P.
well. Yes, ma'am. Those that must be moving well down on that website. So what my background is, I used to work in pharmaceuticals for a couple of big pharma companies, started
Oh,
working for myself about 28 years ago. And just because I was looking for something more, ended up going really well, ended up leaving my position. But, I got connected to Miss Siri and I heard about the work that she was doing with the chamber. And, I think probably one of the biggest issues for right now is actually in the healthcare space, which became a passion of mine. I own a business and I was paying a lot for health insurance, like a lot. I was paying a couple of $1,000s a month for health insurance because
mm.
it's not based on how healthy you are. It's based on just income and things like that, right? So, I was able to partner with an organization that has completely transformed the healthcare landscape called Impact Health Sharing. And the reason why I think it's probably more appropriate now than ever before is because there's changes that have just taken place in the ACA marketplace. And if you're a business owner, self-employed person, independent 1099 worker, it's going to be very, very challenging financially. They're talking about premiums going up upwards of 75%, which if you run a business, there are a lot of business owners I know that have no health care. They have the hope and pray plan and
Ah,
and urgent care and hoping that their wife doesn't get fired or husband doesn't get fired so they can keep the benefits. And just like that's not necessarily the best strategy, right,
mm.
for what we're talking about. But I think this year, probably more than any other year, we're going to see a displacement of people. Millions of people are going to be without health care. And that's
Mhm.
just the first run. And so our company, Impact Health, is dedicated not just for business owners, but for people that want health equality. One of the things that you'll discover is that because insurance companies are for-profited entities, the decision-making process doesn't necessarily always line up with what is in everyone's best interest when it comes to health, because they
Mhm.
have a Wall Street obligation to make sure.
Mm.
Impact is a nonprofit. There's no for-profit motive. And so when you can remove the profit motive out of healthcare, then you're actually getting healthcare, right? So if you stop and think about it,
Yeah.
if it's just being based on actually providing healthcare and not, the profit margins for this quarter, because we don't have those quarterly earnings calls and things like that. So I went from paying around $2,300 a month to paying $456 a month for a family of five with a plan that has no network. If I could just say this really fast, because I know that you have a large loyal following. It's really like you can eat right, you can exercise, you can do 10,000 or 20,000 steps, whatever that is for you. But at some point, you're going to be in front of a doctor. Like for something, it's just what it is.
Mhm.
And who you're in front of matters. Who you're in front of matters. And people think to themselves, oh, we've been going to this Dr. Susan Smith for 20 years or whatever, but we have a no network plan. And so what that means is you can go to any medical provider in America. And that's really important because not all
Did you
physicians,
say any?
correct.
Any doctor in America, any doctor.
There's
I'm
no
not
network.
even sure I heard that right.
There's no network. Yes, ma'am. So that's not giving you access to the best as opposed to who's just on your list because they're approved by an insurance company. We have none of that stuff. So, Impact Health, I'll answer any questions you might have, but Impact Health is a game changer. And, we're blown away by what's happening, especially the timing because of what's just taking place in the ACA marketplace. I don't think many people really are aware of how bad it's going to become. Miss Siri and I have these conversations every now and then when, we talk, but I don't think people are really, really, really aware of what's going to be happening this open enrollment and next year and that kind of thing.
Well, I am very grateful that you have taken the time out of your schedule to come and share this information with us. Because what you just said, I'm startled. I was like, really? Oh, okay. So if I'm startled, I know there are some other people who are being startled too. So it is 6:46. We're just a minute or so behind schedule, but I just want to share some of the highlights, some comments. Dr. Lawrence Lenore says, I grew up on the west side of Holman and Lake. And you are absolutely correct. We have to take pride in ourselves and our community as well as our culture. Once we make a stand and create businesses that can be staples in the community and in people's lives, at this point, we can start planting the seeds of success and sustainability for our culture. Amen. Thank you, Lawrence Lenore. We appreciate that. Yeah, Lawrence Holman and Lake. I know what you meant. And he says the doctor needs a plant-based dispensary. He understands the health issues that come from pharmaceuticals that only addresses the symptoms. Thank you so very much, Dr. Lawrence Lenore. He also says people can join and own their own dispensary for only $65 until this Wednesday. Wow, what a blessing. What a blessing. What a blessing. Okay. Somebody somewhere who's watching this, you want to start a business and you're not exactly sure how to do that. Well, we got the right people here to show you that. So you just stay close and we'll be right back to bring you some more information. And you text this show to somebody and let them know what they're missing. We love you on Windy City Live. Yes, we do. Tell us, how did all this happen? How did this come about?
Well, I play me. I play Val Warner in Chirac, which is really cool. So when people see this movie, they are literally seeing Val, and I am a reporter in the movie.
We talk about the violence, but what can we do personally?
I think we got to be engaged, and I think engaged in a number of things. In our block, in our home, in our neighborhood, we got to be engaged. We got to fight the issues. We got to fight a government that is abandoned, whole communities on the south and the west side. We got to fight a governor who's cut out every youth employment program, who's cut out violence prevention programs, who's abandoned our communities and the poor and the vulnerable. And I think we got to reach out to our brothers on the street and love them and respect them and help them, not just demonize them.
I'll just say like this. First of all, give you the history of coming to Chicago and telling my jokes as a young cat. I'm 37 now. I started about almost 15 years ago. Elroy taking me under his wing, letting me do some jokes here and there for the radio stations and all that kind of stuff.
I learned that no matter what you do and how much of a genuine heart you have, and if you're coming from a good place, people are going to criticize if they don't agree with what you're doing.
Yo, what's up? It's your man Tony Schofield from 106.3 Chicago's R&B, and you are watching Men on Higher Learning. Now, I used to hang around with some men that was into some higher learning. It just wasn't that kind of higher learning, but I got myself together now, okay?
What is it that you do in your quiet time, in your meditation time, that allows you to bring us the films that you do?
I sit courtside in Madison Square Garden, world's most famous arena.
what we do here on the Higher Learning Network, which airs Tuesdays at 6, Wednesdays at 1, and 24/7 on the World Wide Web on our YouTube channel, Higher Learning TV Show. Be sure and check out our Instagram page, which is hln.homeless.project. This is the work that we do every week. You can scroll through our page and see the work that we're doing in order to feed those who are living in the park. Can you believe that people actually live in the park? Yeah, they do. And this is one of the guys who, where's the audio? I just lost it. Oh, there it is.
We appreciate y'all.
Woo, Higher Learning Network, EAA. All right, and my sister Linda Barker, all those that contribute to help the Higher Learning Network on our mission to make sure that our unhoused brothers and sisters fed to our best and how they back clothing. That's what we do at the Higher Learning Network. Stay tuned. Tuesdays at 6 p.m., Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Xfinity TV channel 19. Check us out. We'll be glad you did. Peace out.
And that's my husband, Tony. I don't know how he did it. We had to look. See, I'm not a barbecue person. We barbecue for these folks on the 4th of July. I'm not doing that again. That's too much work. But we had to make 6 trips. I'm a senior. I'm not lugging all that heavy stuff. That's what they make young folk feet for. So I can't do the barbecue, y'all. But I can take some food. I can do that. But I ain't doing no barbecue. I'm sorry. Plus, barbecue ain't no good for you. Smoke meat, killing you on the inside, and all that good stuff. So we don't need that. Okay, let me bring Siri back in here. There she is, my sister. You know, I'm going on my tantrum. So if you would like to be a part of what we do here, we would love to have your donations, tax deductible, of course. Go to Cash App, Zelda Speaks 2, Venmo, Higher Learning NFP. Zelle, you got to email me, zeldaspeaks@gmail.com. And for PayPal, go to higherlearningnw@yahoo.com. Actually, that's our emails. Go to higherlearningnetwork.org. All the information is there. And if you would like to have your business promoted on the Female Solution Radio Show over 20 times this week, inbox Naima Latif or email her, naima.thefemalesolution@gmail.com. Now I had to get the business of the business out of the way. Let us get back to the business of our watchers, our viewers who need this information, because if they don't have it, they're going to continue to have the challenges that they currently have because they don't have the information that you're given right here. So thank you, James, Dr. Adler, if I may call you that.
Very much, and of course. No, you're absolutely right. It's they say my people perish for lack of knowledge, and it's definitely the case. I mean,
well, y'all got the knowledge this morning, and you talked about that Impact website. What website was that? Can you give it so I can share that with our viewers?
Yeah, well, it's impacthealthsharing.com, but actually there's a link on Miss Siri's page. So I'd love to have her. If you could do me a favor, Miss Siri, just highlight where that is on your page, because it's easy to find.
Okay.
Yeah, so just go, Zelda, just pull up the Illinois Black Chamber, ilbcoc.org, ilbcoc.org, and you'll see at the top health where it says healthcare, and that'll take you right to our healthcare page. So go to where it says healthcare at the top.
Yep, I see it. Yep.
And then so click on that, learn more, and that'll take you to the chamber. There you go. Find out more. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Okay. Now tell us a little bit about this.
Yeah. So Impact Health was a nonprofit that was started as really a reaction to just the rising costs in healthcare about 5 years ago. And it was created as a model, as an alternative to traditional health insurance, because as I said before, traditional health insurance, there's just a lot of issues that that are present, and it really, the foundation of it is just literally provide healthcare, like that's it, But there's some benefits, because I used to have a really expensive plan, so I really thought I had the best plan available, because you assume because you're paying a lot, you're getting a lot. But what I discovered is that some of these things don't matter. Like, so for instance, there's no open enrollment period, so you could enroll whenever you want. Whenever you enroll, there's also, it starts on the first of the next calendar month. So rather than having a waiting, it starts on. also will impact numbers that have gone to a which is a big deal because medical debt is the number one cause of bankruptcy. So, there are people out there. Americans carry 220 billion, I think, in medical debt right now. So, that's a problem. I think that's a problem. There's also no network, which I talked about before briefly, which means you have the ability to go to any office you want to. As a matter of fact, they have a concierge service that will announce the appointments before you go and will call ahead, and if necessary, even prepay like your annual visit, right? There's no underwriting department, which is a big deal. There's no underwriting department.
What?
So to get a quote is just simply your birth date and the number of people on your plan. But if you have 3 or more people on your plan, it's the same amount of money if you have a family of 3 people, 5 people, 10 people, the same is included into it. They have a wellness credit program. So if you do anything that you think that keeps you well, so for instance, some of the products that you were just highlighting here a moment ago, if someone buys that, they can have up to $150 a month credited towards their deductible because they're doing something that they think that keeps them well. Whatever it is, foot massage, Reiki, stone therapy, they don't really care.
Wait a minute.
So,
excuse me. Did you say foot massage?
it doesn't matter. Yeah. So if you think reflexology keeps you well, if you think,
I know it does. That's why.
yeah, yes, ma'am. So you go to your appointment, and your appointment is $100. You take a photo of that, and you upload it to the portal, and you're going to credit that towards 150 of the $150 towards your deductible because you're doing something that you think keeps you well. And so the company is just focused on wellness. It's unbelievable. And the mission right now is to educate people that they have a choice, because for most people, the choice has been the same names for over 100 years.
Yes, sir.
And we're in 2025 now. Like there's other options. So I know that people might have some questions. I put together a text number just for this. If you have a question and you want to just shoot me a text, that's it, just a text only line. Just shoot a text. I'll give that number 3 times. If you have questions about how this could work.
Okay.
And,
I'd like to type it in if you would be so
sure,
kind.
of course. Yeah, of course. It's 410.
410.
Yes, ma'am. 424.
424.
7203.
7273.
7203.
03. And that is Dr. Adlam.
Yes, ma'am. Just
ADLAM.
ADLAM.
All right, there we go. And it might help if I show it. There you go.
Yes, ma'am.
410-424-7203. That's Dr. Adlam. You can reach him. Lord have mercy. It's 7:58. Where the time go? Getting all this information. Now we got to go. Okay. So all the information that he shares will be on the blog. That's what you saw me scrolling through, which is Collective Economics here for the state of Illinois. This is our blog in which I will be posting all the updates on. So if you have updates, the information that you need will be right here on our blog, which is tumblr.com/higher learning TV show. And once again, that number for Dr. Adlam is 410-424-7203. Any closing statement before you leave?
Just thank you for the opportunity to hop on and to educate people on choice. And thank you, Ms. Siri, for making the connection. And thank you so very much, Ms. Zelda, for what you're doing for people all across. So I really appreciate you.
Thank you so much for being here this morning. And we appreciate you. And you got to come back. You got to do this at least a couple of 2-3 times a year, maybe every quarter or something, because people need to know when the quarters change, we need to do some changing too, especially as it relates to our business. Because Black folk, we just think we ain't got no insurance. Okay, we ain't got no. But now the buck stops. We're going to have some after today. So
Yes, ma'am.
That's
ensure
right.
yourself, just like you ensure that your customers need what they need, you do the same. So thank you so very much. We will see both of you back here, hopefully in a couple of months or so, and give us a progress report. Oh, and the event coming up one more time, Siri.
Is August 22nd at Ledger Library in Garfield Park. You can go on our website, ilbcoc.org, ilbcoc.org for
And
more
I will put
information.
Okay, and I will put that on the blog as well. Thank you so very much. We greatly appreciate you. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned tomorrow morning. Asada Kirkland, Gathering of the Griot. She's going to tell you all about the Soulful Chicago Book Fair that you may or may have not missed. So tune in tomorrow, 7 a.m. You'll be glad you did. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, stay tuned. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for caring.
Thank you, Zelda.
We've come to the end of our show today. If you missed any broadcasts, go to our website for the audio and video archives at www.thefemalesolution.com. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to thank all of you who participated in today's discussions. And to our global family joining us from all around the world, we say thank you. To our family in China, xie xie. India, Dhanyavad. Japan, arigato. Korea, kamsamnida. Russia, spasiba. Germany, danke. Poland, dziękuję. France, merci. Spain, gracias. Italy, grazie. Egypt, shukran. Ghana, madasi. Nigeria, eshe. South Africa, ngiyabonga. Senegal, jaref. Kenya, asante. Israel, toda. Pakistan, shukriya. Afghanistan, tashakur. Saudi Arabia and Palestine, shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Thank you, and may peace be upon you and the mercy of God and God's blessings.